What if I told you the next great gold rush won't be in the dirt, but in the dark? That the biggest fortunes in human history, trillions even quadrillions of dollars, aren't locked in a vault on Earth? They're just floating up there waiting. We're not talking about some far-off sci-fi fantasy, we're talking about asteroid mining. The single greatest economic opportunity we've ever faced. It's a cosmic treasure hunt that could solve our resource crisis, fuel our journey to the stars, and make a few people ridiculously, unimaginably rich. But how do you even mine a rock hurtling through space at 50,000 kilometers an hour? And who gets to keep the loot? Grab your space helmet, because we're about to stake our claim in the new gold rush. Alright, first things first. Why go through all the trouble of flying millions of kilometers just to pick up some space rocks? Don't we have rocks here? Well, yes, but we're running out of the good rocks. See this? This little marvel contains over 60 different elements. Things like cobalt for the battery, platinum and palladium for the electronics. These are called rare earth metals, and ironically, they're not that rare, they're just incredibly difficult and messy to mine on Earth. Our planet's resources are like a single, giant pizza for over 8 billion people. For centuries, we've been grabbing all the best toppings, the pepperoni, the extra cheese. Now, we're mostly left with crust. And the demand for those tasty toppings is exploding. When our solar system formed, most of the heavy, valuable metals like gold, platinum, and nickel sank to the Earth's core, completely out of our reach. But the asteroids? They're like leftover bits of planetary dough that never got fully baked. They're floating time capsules, packed with all those precious metals right on or near the surface, and the values are just silly. Take this big guy, 16 Psyche. It's a giant metallic asteroid NASA is sending a mission to right now. Scientists estimate the value of the metals within it could be around $10,000 quadrillion. That's 10,000 quadrillion. That number is so big, it breaks my brain. It's more than the entire global economy. It's enough to buy everything on Earth and still have enough change left over to tip the planet Venus. So, the why is simple: humanity's future needs more resources, and space has a literal quadrillion-dollar answer. Okay, so we know there's treasure out there. But not all asteroids are created equal. If we're going on a treasure hunt, we need a map. Luckily, astronomers have already done most of the work. Think of it like a cosmic grocery store. Asteroids come in three main flavors. First, you have your C-type asteroids. The C stands for carbonaceous. These are the most common. They aren't packed with precious metals, but they are rich in something arguably even more valuable in space: water. They're the water aisle of our space supermarket. And as we'll see, water is the key to everything. Next are the S-type asteroids. For stony, these are like the hardware section. They've got common stuff like nickel, iron, and magnesium, great for building things in space, like habitats or more ships. And finally, the jackpot. The M-type asteroids. M for metallic. These are the rare, high-end jewelry counters of the cosmos. They are the remnants of the cores of ancient, shattered protoplanets and are made of almost pure metal: iron, nickel, gold, and a whole lot of platinum. 16 Psyche is one of these M-type monsters. So the plan is simple: find a valuable M-type, grab the metals, and become a quadrillionaire. Easy, right? So how do you actually do it? You can't just send a crew of grizzled space miners up there with pickaxes and a canary. Engineers are working on several brilliant, and frankly, awesome-sounding methods. First up is the scoop and grab. This is for smaller, looser asteroids, the cosmic rubble piles. You basically send a robotic ship to envelop the asteroid in a giant bag or claw, kind of like the world's most expensive and high-stakes claw machine game. NASA's OSIRIS-RX mission basically did a version of this, giving asteroid Bennu a high five and collecting the dust it kicked up. Method 2, magnetic rakes. For those juicy M-type metallic asteroids, you could use giant magnets to rake loose material off the surface, separating the valuable metals from the useless rock without ever having to land. Method 3 is my favorite, the cosmic hoses. Remember those C-type asteroids full of water ice? You could use focused solar energy to melt the ice and then, just vacuum it up. Now, this water is the ultimate cheat code for space exploration. You can drink it, obviously. You can use it to shield against radiation. But most importantly, you can split H2O into hydrogen and oxygen. And what do you get when you combine hydrogen and oxygen? Rocket fuel. This means asteroids could become refueling stations scattered across the solar system. It's like finding a gas station on the highway to Mars. It changes everything. And finally, if the asteroid is small enough but valuable enough, there's the boldest plan of all, asteroid wrangling. The idea is to capture an entire asteroid and tow it into a stable orbit around the Earth or the Moon. Why commute to the mine when you can bring the mine to you? It's a bit like shouting, "Hey, free platinum," and hoping it doesn't land on your house. This isn't just theory. The new space race is already on. You have government agencies like NASA leading the charge in science and reconnaissance with missions to Psyche and Bennu. China is also planning missions to capture and study near-Earth asteroids, but the real wild card is the private sector. Companies with names that sound straight out of a sci-fi novel, like Astroforge and TransAstra, are actively building the technology to make this happen. That it's a high-risk, high-reward game. The first company to successfully mine an asteroid and return the resources to Earth won't just be successful, they'll redefine wealth itself. It's the dot-com boom meets the California gold rush, but with way more lasers and a much better view. Okay, before we all quit our jobs to become space prospectors, let's talk about the big, scary hurdles first. The cost. The price tag to even get a mission off the ground is astronomical, pun intended. That we're talking billions of dollars just for the startup. It makes buying a private island look like a trip to the corner store. One tiny miscalculation, one broken valve, and your entire billion-dollar investment becomes very expensive, very pretty space junk. Second, and this is a big one, the law. Who owns an asteroid? Can you just fly up and claim one? The answer is, kinda. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 says no nation can claim sovereignty over a celestial body, but it's a bit fuzzy on whether a private company can extract and own the resources from it. It's basically the Wild West up there. Finders keepers, but with a fleet of international lawyers ready to argue about it, and of course, the danger. Space is actively trying to kill you at all times. Solar radiation, micrometeoroids, extreme temperatures, equipment failure, it's the most hostile work environment in the universe. So, mining the asteroids. It's an idea packed with unbelievable potential and mind-boggling challenges. It sounds like science fiction, but the pieces are already moving, and ultimately, this isn't just about getting rich. It's about creating a sustainable future. By moving our heavy industry and resource extraction off-world, we could allow Earth to heal. We could build a true spacefaring economy, with fuel depots, manufacturing plants, and supply stations that make traveling the solar system routine. That it's the next logical step in our human journey to look up, not just with wonder, but with ambition. To reach out and harness the infinite resources of the cosmos to build a better future, both here on Earth and out there, among the stars. It's not a question of if, but when. The new gold rush has begun. So what do you think? Is asteroid mining the key to our future, or is it a multi-trillion-dollar fantasy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the cosmos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching.